Alright, so I'm a big fan of 2D boards and I love like modular tiles, like the Dungeons and Dragons tiles, any sort of modular tiles you can play miniatures games on. Um, so this is two sets of the Blackstone Fortress tiles that I got off of eBay. Just no cards or no miniatures, just the board and the rules and dice and everything. So they were not too expensive. I think it was maybe like $30 per set. And this is just something I set up right now. I've been messing around with the tiles, trying to find a cool way to organize them and have a nice battle board. I don't think I'm going to use this one because, as dope as it looks, these edge parts connected by the bridges to the main part are going to become kind of irrelevant. There's not good line of sight to them across these bridges or anything. So I just thought it was a cool looking setup. I'm definitely going to rearrange it. But I like to buy tiles and then, arrange them in a way I like, and then actually glue them down to a board. So I have a board that I can play on. It then becomes not modular, obviously, but that's why I like to take the time to make the optimal setup, reorganize it a bunch of times, take different pictures of how I had it set up, and kind of choose my favorite, what I think would be the best and have the most replay value. So I've used all the large tiles from these two sets, and I've used each side. See, the great thing about getting two sets of double-sided tiles is then you can use one side from one set and then the other side from the other set. Gives you a lot more options than just using one side of a double-sided tile. So yeah, I've pretty much used all the tiles. I have a few, definitely have a good amount left, not just small tiles, little in-between tiles, and a couple platforms, the grav lift platforms. These things have two of those that are left over, and I could place them somewhere on here. But I'm definitely going to reorganize this board, like I said. Just make it maybe more circular, maybe so there's like an outer perimeter connected by bridges to an inner spot, or similar to this, just more surrounding the outside, so there's kind of like an all connected area around, and then kind of like a center ground area, maybe connected by the bridges. Yeah, and that should be pretty easy to do. I just gotta maybe connect this here and connect some up there. I'm obviously going to reorganize the whole thing, but yeah, this is just a quick video on that. So here's an example of a board I did with Dungeons and Dragons tiles. So pretty much any of these, I just glued it down onto some thin plywood that I spray painted black, and I decided since this is kind of like a caves dungeon system, all the black areas are like rock walls, even the painted parts. So any black part, even on the tiles or on the board, you can't shoot over. It's all walls. So yeah, that's just to kind of give you an idea of like the wall layouts, what's obscuring or what's blocking terrain. All these parts kind of create the walls of these different rooms. So we've got this kind of underground river entrance coming to this little statue. We've got a kind of interesting area here with the temple entrance, the stairs and some broken pillars, a side entrance to the main temple area, a little staging area, some barrels maybe came down the river. It's got a little pillar of stone here, and then this is some other, I don't even know, There's some books here, some stairs coming down from somewhere. And this is its own little room. Like I said, this is a wall. A little door to exit here. So, also a little side path going along the other side. Kind of like a, not like a 3-lane map, but you know, there's plenty of ways to get around. There's this whole way to come into this big side entrance of the temple, this big open area here. Would have been nice to have something else to put here. I should have done one of these, this thing over here. I might have an extra one laying around, so maybe I'll glue that on. Anyways, sorry to just go on, but I think it's a cool map and I'd like to show it off. So coming from this extra entrance here, there's some barrels blocking this staircase going into the temple. Got a nice pool here, a couple pillars in the middle for some cover. And then we have this other side, this big cavernous area with some big bulky mushrooms growths to hide behind. Got another little line of mushrooms here at the entrance to this cave, which goes over here. This is a gate that you can walk through here, but it provides cover. And there's just a little cavern to hide in because I had some extra bits, a little hole right there. Got a side coming out of this part to a small kind of altar area, and doors here leading out to a big bloody statue. So that's pretty much everything this map has. There's a back exit to the temple also going to this cavernous area. So it's pretty open, a lot of pathways to move around. It just took me a while messing with these tiles to kind of get them arranged the way I like it. But it really was a lot of fun, not difficult at all. All you need is some, super glue or whatever, and a piece of wood and some tiles, and you're set to make a nice board for yourself. And they're really easy to transport. This board is really light. So yeah, I love these types of little fun projects. So it'll happen with this set of tiles eventually. I also have the Deathwatch Overkill. If you know those tiles, 2 big sets of those. So I'll be making a board with those. I got some other Dungeons and Dragons tile sets, not the dungeon ones, but the kind of wilderness ones and city streets ones. So I've got plenty of boards planned out, and they're just a lot of fun to play on. There, you get to see like the whole layout. Sometimes they can be a lot more intricate too than placing terrain around a board. Terrain I love, 3D terrain. It's great. I actually have a 3D board I'm working on right over here. This was for Kill Team before they put out the new edition, and I fell out of love with it. But this is a Kill Team board that I had planned. There's going to be, there's 3 different levels. I'm not going to get too into this. I just wanted to kind of show it off. There's going to be a bit more terrain on it, some scattered terrain, but that's pretty much the layout of it. Anyways, that's all this video was. Just showing off some fun ways to make some miniature gaming boards, and yeah, buying tiles online. But get 2 sets of any double-sided tiles, and either use them modularly. You can rearrange them, make all sorts of cool battlefields, or find a way you really like them set up, and then glue them down, and you have that board forever. Because sometimes I don't want to set up terrain. I just want to have some cool area to play in right away. I don't want to have to be like, what looks good where. I just want to slap it down, play, have a board that's got a lot of good replay value. All right, that's all for this video.